Hey everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have said for a while that I wanted to make a video showing you all of my manga that I've collected over the years. It's not that much, but I think it's a pretty big haul considering I've been collecting some of these for maybe 10 years now, and some of them I haven't finished reading. If you know me, you know that I do speak Japanese. I took it in college, and now all the manga that I buy and read is in Japanese. So here is a little review, a mini look into my manga collection as of today. Okay, I'm gonna put these aside. I'm gonna put these here. So one of my number one favorite manga, and even the anime, is Meitante Conan, Detective Conan. I only have 15 volumes, and I got these from Book Off in like a little bit of a collection or whatever. So I have like these first 15 here. I've probably only read maybe up to 4 or 5. I just didn't have time, and I like collecting and buying them more than probably reading. But this is like a huge chunk of my collection that I own. So these just have kind of been sitting there. The interesting part is that you can tell, like this is from like 1995, you can tell that like the coloring on the inside is kind of discolored. You can even kind of see it on the edges here. Like this is one that I just bought versus like the coloring. So you can kind of see that it's been like used, which I have no problem with. If you've ever watched it before, it's like a little bit of a mystery detective, and it's like, I think it's probably one of the longest, I want to say it's either one of the longest in the top running manga and anime series. So if you haven't read it before, check it out, it's great. Moving on to the next biggest selection that I have is Naruto. I have 1 through 15 as well. I don't know why. I tend to like buy these like big package, you know what I mean? Like the big ones at Book Off. These, I think I had like 1 through 3. And then my friend from when she came over from Japan, she brought them, like the rest of them, to me. And I was super excited. Again, I actually haven't read these physically because I read them and watched it through like Shonen Jump online and stuff. Maybe I should jump back into it and read these in Japanese, but I really like the collection just to have them on my shelf. Obviously, I don't really have to go into Naruto because everybody probably knows this series. The cool thing is that if you read the manga, the anime is like very canon to it, and then I think after like, I think it's like book 38 or something, it goes into Shippuden maybe? Don't quote me on that. This is another one of like my favorite series, and I just have a whole bunch of these books. I also have, which I've read, I also have a couple of Dragon Ball. They are super cool. I've actually only got 1, 2, 4, and 5. I don't know what happened to number 3. I've read it all the way up to 5. And then sometimes what'll happen is like I'll read it online, or I'll read it on like the mobile app, but then I'll buy the book to have it to collect. Sometimes they're not open, but I have read it. If you don't know a Dragon Ball, then same thing as Naruto, it's like super popular. But I only have a couple of these. I also have one of my favorite series, which I picked up, Hunter x Hunter. I have 1 through 6. I've only read up to 6, and I have to get back into it. It was like during the time right before COVID when I started buying and reading them again. I have watched the anime, but I highly recommend, if you really want to get into Hunter x Hunter, to read the manga because it's super good. I want to say there's like 28. The writer for these books went on hiatus, and now they are back, I think, so they might be starting up again. Who knows? I'm not sure if that's confirmed. Don't quote me on that. One of my favorite series as well, Hunter x Hunter. Love the books, they're really good. And then I have Bleach. So I don't know what happened to this jacket, so if anyone wants to send me a new book for it, but I have 1 through 5 again for Bleach. I feel like I'm a very Shonen Jump type of person. A lot of the stuff that I have is Jump comics. I honestly haven't really read past it because it kind of got a little bit boring for me, but I did watch the anime, but I really like the manga, and so I have a couple of these as well. And then I have so everything that's left is pretty much a bunch of like random stuff. This year I bought issue number 1 of Spy Family, and I've read this. It's really good, super quirky, very funny. I highly recommend it. I haven't bought any of the other ones yet, and I haven't read them, but I do like Spy Family. I think there's only 9 or 10 of the books out just yet, so chapters are coming out and it's still ongoing, but I highly recommend Spy Family if you have not read it. I have 1 and 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Again, if you haven't read it or watched the anime, highly recommend it, very popular. I haven't read these yet, I just bought them on a whim. The same thing with My Hero Academia. I've got the 2, I just bought these because I'm like, why not? I want them in my collection. So I still have to read these. It's kind of a theme with me, I buy stuff and then I tend not to read it until later. The same thing with Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer. I have 1 and 2. I haven't read it yet, so I need to finish those and start that. I also, for some reason, I bought Psycho Pass 1 and 2, and I haven't read it yet either. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I did read the first one, and the second one you can see is not open yet, so I have 2 of those. So that's kind of like the 1 and 2 of stuff. And then I also have, let's see, 1 and 2. My friend gave me Death Note. I've never read these. I've watched the anime, but I've never read the manga for Death Note. These were gifted to me from Book Off. They're only like $1 each, so it was worth it just to be like, oh yeah, I'll take them. I think I had more. I also have 1 and 2 of One Piece. I just got them for $2 unopened, and I'm like, sure, why not? They're probably super expensive to buy, so when I found them, I just got them. A lot of these books too are from Book Off. So like the one that I have for Full Metal Alchemist, I have 1, 2, and 3. You'll see that they're from Book Off, and because they were super cheap for like $2.50, I just kind of like buy them in case I do want to read them. Also highly recommend, but I only have 3 of those. And then I have these, like, for some reason I just bought, like, I have number 2 of Rurouni Kenshin. I've got 1 of Bobobo. I've never read it before. I have 1 for Gintama, and then I have number 3 of Inuyasha. I don't know why. I've tried to complete these sets before, but I really can't because Inuyasha, I can't find 1 or 2. They've like re-released it in these like big books. These have just sat on my shelf and I haven't done anything with them, and it's like, should I read these? I mean, I absolutely want to collect and get so many more of these books, but there isn't a close bookstore, so I have to order everything online. I mean, it's a very small collection. Mind you, I used to have a whole bunch more of like Pokemon ones, and then over the years I just kind of gave them away because I'm like, oh, I don't want them. But now that I'm older, I'm like, I wish I had kept those because I really, really like collecting them and having them on my shelf. The problem is that there's not a Book Off or a Kinokuniya or any kind of like bookstore close to me living in Connecticut. So one of the things that I have to do is buy them online, and to avoid shipping prices, I try to buy in bulk, and then once I buy them, I wait a little bit until I can buy more, unless friends come back from Japan or people come from Book Off or something. So maybe the next time I travel to New York or someplace where I'll go to Book Off, especially, you can buy them online now, I think, for Book Off, which is a really good price. But for now, this is what I have. I really like it. I probably should make an effort to like read a chapter a day and try to get through them before I buy more. Yeah, so these are all the manga that I have now. I know it's not a lot, but thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please click that like button. Remember, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please let me know in the comments what your favorite manga is, what else you'd like to see from my channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys like this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.